Well, welcome. And to 690, we're going to give you a bit of a roadmap to this course, which is the graduate research paper. My colleagues are sitting beside me. Robert and Eugene are here, but Jeffrey is off to another event at the moment, but he's involved as well. The point of this particular introduction is to give an overview of the actual stages and steps which go through in terms of the actual process. We have dates set up, we have assignment dates set up as well, which we'll discuss in a couple of minutes, and we're going to walk you through these particular pieces. So starting off, you probably realize that we have asked you to present the particular topic areas that you wish to follow, and we've come up with a list of assigned supervisors to that particular process. So we're going to go through the different pieces of this. We're going to look at the issues around ethical review, the research topics and questions that you choose, the literature review, the research methodology, and also the final conducting of the research and the writing up of the results and the conclusions and the final references and bibliography.
Yeah. And for some of you, the order that we're talking about may not be always the same, depending upon your particular project and that. But essentially, at the end of it, all of you will have covered all of those same areas, and all of those bits and pieces will show up in your project, your final graduate research project.
As you probably know, each of us have different specializations. And so we try to line you up as much as we can with those particular elements. We're going to start off with a bit of a look at the topic areas. There's no particular grade assigned to that, as Eugene has mentioned. You get to the end of the program, you get a grade. Things don't go quite as in an organized a fashion as we thought several years ago. So we tend to give a final grade only. But we do want to hold everyone to timelines, because this is a compressed program, it goes quite quickly. So the topic area selection is done in conjunction with the supervisor, which you work with. If you take a look, you'll be able to find some sample proposals and topic area selections, which we're going to have on the site, on the Moodle site. The critical element here is to come up with a clear sense of aim and the purpose of the program. Okay? Why have you chosen a particular topic? Recognizing it is a theme that you might have developed as you've gone through the entire program. That's great. We want to hear more about that. We also want to think about the topics that you choose and how you're going to pursue them.
Go ahead and jump in anytime, Robert.
Okay. I would also suggest that you pick a topic you feel very strongly about, because there are going to be times when this is going to be pretty heavy lifting, and if you're really connected to the topic, it's just easier to keep going. So I think that's an important part of your decision-making process.
Oh, for sure. Well, and thinking also about your future, how you're planning on using that topic or that idea, where you might take it. I can say from a personal perspective, I didn't do that when I did my master's thesis. So, think about where you want to take this, who might be interested in this information, how it can further your career. That can be really helpful at this stage.
Yeah. One of the things you should do as you actually select that topic is to make sure you do a preliminary review of literature. That'll give you a sense of what's been done before, and also where you can actually look to get extra help as you go through the process.
Yeah. One critical thing to do slightly after you've done decided on your topic, there's an ethical research tutorial that all of you will have to complete and successfully complete. You get a certificate afterwards. It takes about 2 or 3 hours, but that is kind of a critical first step for all of you to proceed in the whole research topic and everything. So, and that's all done online. It's with the Tri-Council. It's all about understanding ethics and doing it, connecting it with research. But it's very important to get done before you continue on in the project.
And one of the first sessions that we had as part of the program Actually, before the research methodology course was that individual seminar that we had with Colleen, if you remember, and the group of you and I sat in on this, and Colleen kind of walked us through the process from beginning to end and a number of steps involved in it. So if you think back to that, that's a good way of kind of refreshing your memory before you go forward and doing the ethical review seminar.
Yeah, one of the one of the critical pieces that that the secondary research that you do is part of triangulation. It's something that you're going to use in coming up with your final conclusions. There's primary research, as you know, and there's also secondary research. So you want to make sure that you're well-founded and well-structured in terms of the research that you've done around your particular topic. And that's a place where your supervisor can provide some guidance and assistance. So that's something that's really significant. And it also helps you formulate the question that you're going to ask, the research questions that you're following through with.
Yeah, and just to be very clear, one of the critical factors of the graduate research project is you actually have to carry out primary research of your own. You cannot rely on what other people have done. You have to do some sort of primary research, so that needs to be very clear for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And in some instances, if you're not used to doing this kind of research, you can look on the secondary research as in some way reducing the originality of your paper. It doesn't. It strengthens your argument and that you be more original in your final product.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that you've got to have something which is it's your calling card. It's the thing that you're going to take forward. It's something some of you may decide to go on to do a doctoral degree or a PhD research degree. If that's the case, you want to have something which is going to give you some credibility. Also, it's a piece that gives you a great deal of personal confidence when you've actually completed this and you've been successful at it. It is the capstone component of the program. So you want to make sure that you do a really good job on it, and we'll be there to help you with that.
Yeah. So, so as we mentioned, that ethical research tutorial, one of the first things you do, if you take a look at the Moodle site, your assignment 2 deals with the actual research topic and potential questions that you're trying to answer.
That's right. So we want to keep you, as I mentioned earlier, we want to keep you more or less on track with timing. We don't particularly want to give you a grade for each unit as you go through. You get a grade at the end, okay? We basically want to see you stick more or less to the schedule we've laid out in the course outline, but there's some flexibility as you go along. Because this is a compressed program, you want to try to stick to the timelines as much as you can. Now, this does sometimes generate a certain level of panic attacks, okay? As a result of that,
Never.
your calm...
Don't panic.
Yes, right, don't panic. But your calm guidance from your supervisors will see you through the day. If you do start to get sort of panicky and worried about things, pick up the phone and we'll talk you down, okay? Or get on email and, or better yet, also go out and talk to your friends. One of the advantages of the on-campus program is you can also get in touch with the rest of your classmates more easily than the online folks and discuss things with them, and that's not a bad idea. So we're certainly going to propose that as an option as well.
So the bottom line is we're going to be pestering you a lot about timelines and a lot about APA, but we're also here to mentor and to help, and we're here to listen. Okay?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, and even though you get assigned one particular advisor, we're all here to answer questions, to help you through. We've also got not only our own kind of personal areas of interest, but we've also got different areas of specialization when it comes to things like what research we've done and analyses. So you might be working with one of us, however, somebody else might have a bit more experience with qualitative research or with quantitative analyses or something like that. And that's where we kind of rely on each other to step in and give that helping hand. So you've got one key advisor, but you've got kind of 4 advisors to help you through the process.
Yeah. So that basically gives you a bit of I hope a bit of an overview of what we're planning to do and how we're doing this. we have done this before,
Once or twice.
and we have a sense of what works and what doesn't work. We have quite a few people out there who've been through this process and survived quite nicely, thank you very much, and have ended up in very good jobs. One of the things about our particular program is that it is applied. So most of the projects which are done tend to be on that end of the spectrum. We don't see a lot of heavily philosophical projects, but on the other hand, a critical factor in the research that we have in this program involves the effective integration of both theoretical concepts as well as the actual hands-on and experiences of particular topic areas, right? So I think it's important that you recognize that and that you take into account that opportunity. It's also, once again, it makes a great calling card, and that's certainly worked well for a number of people who've gone to this program.
Yeah, no, definitely. You can sometimes use your research, especially your field research, as that way to get to know people and get that foot in the door. Quite often it's easier to approach an organization or person and say, hey, I'm a student, I'm doing research on this, can I learn from you, versus, hey, I'm a student and I'm looking for a job.
Yeah. So good luck out there. We're here to help. And we're from the university, we're here to help, right? So keep in touch, and if you have any questions or anything you want to clarify before you get going on this, we'll be meeting with you, and we'll be able to answer those questions collectively, and we're looking forward to this. It's good. You guys have been a really exciting class, and we're looking forward to seeing you carry on and then launch successful careers. So thanks, and good luck out there, okay? Take care.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.